What's up, everybody? Eric with Secondary Machine. We just got home from the Olympic Peninsula picking up this Atlas Craftsman. This is the commercial lathe with the cabinet. I took it all apart to get it into my truck because we had to take a ferry out to the peninsula, and so I didn't want to drag the little utility trailer to go out and get this. This was listed for so cheap, like there was just no way I could say no. So we ran out there today to pick this up. This machine looks like it's totally ready to run. Like, of all the Atlases I've owned, like the cross slide, there's always a bunch of slop in these. This one's really tight, so either it's either been redone or it just doesn't have a whole lot of mileage on it. It's a shame that everything got wet. Like last night I was thinking to myself, oh, don't forget to grab a tarp before you go out there. Well, of course I didn't, so everything's wet, but it doesn't really matter because, you know, I'm going to go through and degrease this tomorrow anyway. I'm not going to try to unload it tonight, but anyway, I thought I would just show this. Actually, it's nice that this machine is so oily because that tells me two things. One, it got oiled regularly, and then the second part of that is it's nice that the oil's on it because there's really no rust on it at all. The little bit is actually, it's amazing how fast it starts to form, but like this wasn't on there earlier today. Like this is from the trip home. So you go out to the Olympic rainforest, guess what it does? Yeah, it rains. So anyway, the big question when you pick up a lathe like this always is, you know, what's included? What kind of tooling is there? That's usually what I'm interested in. So I got the 3-jaw that's there, and then this is basically all the stuff. I just finished kind of going through and organizing the stuff that came with it. Didn't come with a lot of stuff, but it came with some stuff that I could use. So it came with the 3-jaw, it came with the 4-jaw. This 4-jaw is the same one that's on my, I want to say TH42, but that's not right. My QC42, which is inside the house in the back room, the other shop. So this is a better 4-jaw. I got some extra sets of 3-jaw jaws, so I don't know if these are good. Can always use a bigger set of V-blocks. These are bigger than anything else that I own. Didn't have a drive plate and a full set of dogs, so that's handy to have. My original Atlas 42 came with this lathe operations book, and I let it go with that when I sold that lathe, and so I'm glad to have another copy of that. I got a How to Run a Lathe, the original book that came with this, high-speed steel and, you know, just miscellaneous crap down in here, stuff that I don't really need. If you know what these are, it says that they are drill press adapters. I don't really know. I've got some other ones of these too. I don't really know what these are, so if you could tell me in the comments how these are used. I don't know. I own 2 of them. Anyway, a bunch of drill chucks, a bunch of extra keys. This is beneficial. This is something, this is a pipe center, is what I believe this is called. I didn't own one of these, so this will be something that'll be nice to have. Like I said, a bunch of chucks. They were doing all lantern style tooling. I got the original lantern, and the saddle is still in there, and the appropriate size for this lathe. All of the tools, left hand turning, right hand, knurling tool, there's a tap wrench, a couple of live centers, a bunch of dead centers. A lot of it was just like extra metal and stuff that I can use, you know. Just a bunch of steel. There's some copper here someplace. Here's a nice piece of copper. I don't know what I would do with it, but it was there. So anyway, the history, I always like to know the history of the tool if I can get it. So what she told me, it was a widow. Her husband had bought this, and she actually said, you know, I don't think he ever actually used it. She said she thinks his brother came over one time and he used it, but anyway, their uncle evidently bought the machine new. Somebody's definitely run it. Judging by the books, like you can see that there's, you know, from oily fingers and stuff, you can tell that people have been, it's been used, but it looks to be in really good shape. So I won't really know until tomorrow. I'll do a second part of this after I get it out of the truck and get it set up and cleaned up some. I'll shoot a second video of basically, like, I just went out there and picked it up. Like, I didn't even try plugging it in. I didn't do shit. Like, I looked up under the quick change gearbox to see if I could see if the gears all looked like they were decent. It all looked fine, as far as I could tell. Like the bull gear and stuff looks to be good. I've seen these. I bought an Atlas one time where you could definitely see where everything was really worn. This doesn't appear to have a whole bunch of wear in it, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be a really nice tool. It just needs to be cleaned up and taken care of, so, which is actually a lot of the fun also. I ended up pulling the belt off and then splitting the cabinet into two pieces just to try to get it into my truck. Like I said, I didn't want to drag a trailer out there because you start riding the ferry with the trailer behind you, they start charging you money. Basically, the trip we took out to the peninsula, Asher and I today, it was 13 bucks each direction to do it this way. So that's just how I did it. There was no follow rest and no steady rest to this, which was on my mind going out there. It was a nice big shop. They were probably out there someplace. I would guess that those two parts of this tool probably were there at some point. Didn't get them. So anyway, I might be on the hunt for that stuff maybe to go with this stuff. Actually, I don't even know if I'll keep this tool, but it was just priced so ridiculously cheap. Like, how am I supposed to say no? Like, I know I can always have, you know, easily probably like double or triple my money on the tool for sure. So, you know, that's not necessarily what I want to be all about, but a lot of it is, you know, I want to, like, maybe I'll let it go again and pick and choose and keep the stuff that I want. Like, that's definitely a better forge job than the one that I've got in the other shop. So I would probably just swap them out, right? Keep what I want and let the rest of it go. Or maybe I'll keep it. I'm actually starting to think about maybe letting the Rockwell go. This is a really nice tool, but it's big. It's bigger than what I need. So maybe I'll let the Rockwell go and then move the Atlas into this spot until I can decide exactly what I want to do later. So anyhow, I'll shoot a second part of this tomorrow after I've got the lathe put back together and I know a little more. So anyway, talk to you guys later.